Welcome to all. In this video we will see the areas of artificial intelligence. Okay, so in the previous video we just have gone through the introductory part of modeling and artificial intelligence concept, but now let us see where and all we can apply this artificial intelligence concept. Okay, so it is possible to distinguish three rather different areas of application: expert task solving, natural task solving, and formal task solving. So we can actually distinguish three separate categories, I can say like that. Okay, so it is expert task solving, natural and formal task solving. Ultimately, so whatever it may be the problem, ultimately these developers will be trying to build some models or applications or softwares, I can say, from which they can solve the appropriate problems, whatever it may be. Okay, so we can see where and all we can actually apply artificial intelligence. Okay, so first one is expert task. The most commercially advanced is the first, that of rule based or expert systems. These are most often used as expert assistants in a wide range of fields. Okay, so what they are actually trying to say, the expert task means, so whatever the problems which are in terms of high level things, it may be for the greater which the task which has the higher complexity, I can say like that. Okay, now we ultimately we have to find the proper solution for those issues, so that we can come to some conclusion and we can build some models from which we can try to find the solution for a particular problem. So this expert task will mainly concentrate on such fields where the systems are very complex, and ultimately you have to understand that if the systems are complex, as a developer, if the person is trying to develop or the person is trying to build a model, he has to think twice, isn't it? So I can give some simple examples. So compared to rest of the universities, these IITs are in the next level, isn't it? Their work will be in the next level, their examples, their the laboratories, their programming skills, their the standard will be in the next level. So to reach IITs as a student, we have to find we have to write some exams, we have to attend some competitive things, we have to keep ourselves in a race so that we can get into IITs. In the same fashion, if the some systems are very complex, as a developer he has to take more care and he has to write some appropriate codes to build a particular model, so that the work or the task can be accomplished. Okay, that is the thing. So there are systems which would help for example, so some examples for expert task they have given there. So first one is designing VLSI chips. So this is one of the important area where this artificial intelligence can be put upon. The reason why, because the building VLSI chips, so this is mainly for this electronic field. Okay, so if the artificial intelligence concept came into picture for this VLSI, means the building or the creation of chips will be more automatically, it will be more, because now if the person is manually handling each and every chips, then it will take more manpower, as well as investment on those manpower, or the employees will be more compared to a particular system. So say for example, one person can create the chip up, say for example, five chips in a day. If the same thing the system will do, say per day 20 chips, so which will be convenient for you, as if you are a businessman, definitely you will go for the machine instead of going for a manpower or an employee, isn't it? So in the same fashion, this is one of the area. And second is architectural design. So now you have the concept of CAD, and they go for this one, isn't it? The computer aided designing or engineering design, CAED. So these concepts are mainly for designing things. Architectural, civil engineers will go for this, mechanical engineers will go for this design concepts. So if imagine if a particular person build one model, or a particular group or a company build one model which will design based on the requirements given by the user automatically. If that happens, then definitely it will be very good, isn't it? So you can go for that machine instead of going for a for a particular person. So you can give your requirements. You can give, say for example, architectural design means, say for example, you are trying to build one home with some model, so you need one design for your home means. So definitely you may go, if you believe in this vastu and all, you will give the requirements to that particular software, and that model will create a particular design for you based on your requirement. Means it will be very convenient for you. So why this artificial intelligence will come into picture? Because we are trying to train a particular model which is not living. It is not a living person, or it is not a living thing. It is just a machine. We are passing some power and electricity, and we are making that machine to work for our benefits. So that is the reason. So to work for us, we have to code, we have to build one model, we have to train that particular hardware so that it can start teaching to us or start working for us, like that. Okay, so next, diagnosing infections. So this is for medical field, and advising on our agriculture for agriculture field. So prospecting for oil and minerals, definitely it is one of the challenging thing, because oil and minerals will be, we have to train a model in such a way that it has to understand each and every input, and it has to understand the variations in the quality of oil and minerals. That also, as a developer, while you develop one particular model, you have to keep track of it. Next, solving symbolic mathematics, and diagnosing faults in aero engines. So this is aero engines also a very important thing, because if there is a simple mistake also, it will be a very big issues in upcoming days. Next, analysis, all the analysis of science, finance, and etc. So all the analysis thing also, this artificial intelligence can be used to automatically do that work by the machine. So these are the expert tasks, because it takes more time, it takes more input, it takes more training to a particular model. Okay, ultimately in the previous video I already said this artificial intelligence things or machine learning things will work when you create a model and you have to train that model with the similar inputs. Okay, otherwise it will never understand. Say for example, one person is traveling from Puttur to Sulya every day. If that is the case, we are building one model, it seems. So you just imagine you are building one model, artificial intelligence model. So what are the inputs you give to train that model? So you say from where? From Puttur bus stand. Via what? So say for example, via Darbe you are going, and you are actually reaching some Sampia and all those things. In that way you are going. Okay, if you are going in that way to reach Sulya, then definitely for each and every breakpoints you have to teach to that model, so that model can understand every time whatever the input you give, that will be stored in its memory, and based on that data only it will come to one conclusion, that whether a person B has to travel to Sulya from Puttur in the same way or not, something like this. I'm just giving one example here. Okay, so this is how this artificial intelligence will work. Okay, next, although these are specialist or expert problems, one could pick similar problems which confront an average householder from day to day, designing a DIY wardrobe. So this is do it yourself, that kind of thing. Next, planning herbaceous border to provide year round color. So see, now they have given some examples here. The main thing is, say ultimately, if the problem is expert, they have extended these things, because it is not limited to the above examples. Say they have gone for VLSI, next agriculture, architectural, like agricultural infection, all these concepts they have given. It is not limited to that itself. It can go for, say, DY, you do it yourself, this whatever the variable they are going for. Next, the color concept. Next, child has that infection or that issues in its body or not. Otherwise, figuring out what is up with the car. So any issues with the car or any vehicle, it is not just for car, it may be for bike or super bikes, car, jeep, or lorry, truck, bus, it may be anything. They are just giving on examples here. Okay, so they are trying to extend the application or areas where this artificial intelligence can be put up. Okay, so these are the concepts you have to understand about expert task. So ultimately this, whatever the model you build, first you have to train, then you have to test. Without training you cannot go for testing of a particular model. Fine. The next thing is natural tasks. So what are the natural tasks? So the second application domain of AI is the AI as the one related with the linking sensing to action in everyday tasks. So whatever the normal day tasks, they can go for those particular things here, as well as wanting to make an intelligent machine. So if the machine has to be intelligent, then it has to use the intelligent move around in and interact with the with its environment. So this is the just like getting the input by itself. Okay, self training, we say self training. So what you do in general, also what you do as a human being, once if they teach, if the school, in a school, if you everyone has gone to school, so up to fifth standard they teach the normal things or the basic things. So once you get the basic, once your foundation is strong, then you go for self study. You will experiment self with your own, you are going to experiment. So you get so many inputs, you will get so many errors, you try to fix the errors, you learn new thing every time, you update yourself. So this is nothing but a self thing, self learning, isn't it? So if you, I don't know how many of you have the habit of reading the newspaper every day. So what ultimately you are doing, you are not getting the information from some other, you are just taking the paper, you are reading yourself, you are gaining some knowledge and you are understanding it by yourself. So that is a self training, self updating, isn't it? Your brain will be keep on updating every day by reading the newspaper. In the same fashion, even though if the machine is not it is not a living being, still this model can, a model will be having the capacity to take the more input and more self learn. It can go for, it can go for self learning by taking the input data. Okay, so for example, let me give one simple example here, I'm not just boring you. So the example is, if you want to build one model which will detect the weight of a particular person. Okay, it is not just for detecting, it is for taking the decision that how far he can go, or after 5 years what will be the high weight of this particular person. If that is the case, say for example, it is starting from January. Okay, so 2020, if that is the case, so it will monitor each and every data, each and every day data. Okay, for 1 month, say what he eats, at what time he wakes up, and what kind of food he takes, what is the total calorie of his food, and whether he is liking that junk food or oily food or curried food, whether he is going for that, whether he is going for gym, or whether he is going for walking, whether he is going for even though he is going, how long he is going, how many calories he burns. Each and every is a data, isn't it? That data will be fed to that particular model, so that by looking at data and say for the next day it will again calculate each and everything from the scratch. That means a separate data will be received to that particular model, isn't it? Every day it is not same, every day we cannot be same, isn't it? Yesterday whatever we have done, can we continue the same exact thing today? No, it is not possible. If you want, you can try today up to evening. Whatever the things you have done, you have to do the ditto concept in the next day. It is not possible, something will be missed out. Ditto means whoever came to you, whatever the statements they talk to you, or whatever the positions they have stood, what are the gestures they have done, each and everything has to be same copy for this Monday also, tomorrow also. Is that possible? No, that is not possible. Each and every day is a new day, it's a fresh day. It cannot continue same way. In the same fashion, a human body also cannot be in the same fashion. So this model will be keep on understanding, keep on taking the data every day, each and every day. That is what I just wanted to say, because that will be the training data to that model. It will train by itself, that by taking the data of yours, it will say today you were, say for example, 57 kg. Tomorrow, say for example, you can go for 57 kg 50 grams, or you can come down also 56 kg, say for example, some grams, say 20 grams, 50 grams, or 500 grams. Anything is fine. So each and every day, that is the reason why I said each and every day you may not expect the same data. The data will be keep on changing. So this model has to keep that, the model has to store that data in a separate place. It has to be maintained for the understanding or for the taking the decision. So for example, after 1 month it will get so many data of a particular person, and based on that data, if you ask that what will be the weight of that same person when it comes for June 2020, then model has to have the capacity to calculate or to predict the actual, at least actual. I'm not saying the exact value can be possible, but up to 98-99% accuracy we can expect by taking 1 month's data of a particular person and day to day routine. So this is nothing but artificial intelligence. This is a kind of concept, because model is expecting some expecting some values to you or for June by taking the previous data whatever you passed to that particular model. So these are the some of the example I just wanted to say. Okay, so let us continue here. So we want intelligent robots which can balance on less than 3 legs. So this is one concept. Avoid lamppost, that is one concept. Recognize equivalence, that is one thing. Next, grasp the tools, that is separate thing. Next, hold the hands, that is one thing. And understand the conversation, that is one thing. Perform common sense reasoning programming such as natural tasks, natural it is one thing. Next, these are the simple things, but if you don't train or if you don't code to that particular system, it is not possible for a particular system to take the appropriate decision in the right time. So it is not possible. Why? Because system has no brain. It won't think much. It will take decision. It can predict based on the previous data, whatever the data you pass. Okay, say if I ask you, say for example, till now you haven't gone to cooking or kitchen, you haven't done cooking. If I ask you to prepare biryani right now, can you do that without watching YouTube or without taking the help of internet? Can you do that? You can try, but it won't help. You can ask your mother, you can ask your father. If I restrict you not to ask anyone, by yourself, if I ask you to make a particular veg biryani, can you do that? You can try, but you cannot expect the same result. That will not be possibly. It is maybe if the luck is good, then the biryani may be good. It is just the probability will be for 1%. That's it. Because till now you haven't touched, you haven't gone to kitchen, you haven't know, you don't know actually anything about the ingredients whatever you put on biryani. I just said I want a veg biryani right now. Whether it is possible? No. If you have the experience, if you have already done, or if you have seen your mother doing each and everything, then you will be having some data in your brain. You will follow that data and you will try to prepare the biryani. In the same fashion, even if you don't pass the data to a particular machine cannot take the appropriate decision on it. It cannot go for the prediction. That is the thing. Okay, so this is what they just try to say here. Okay, in the task which traditionally are thought of demanding the highest intelligence. Okay, next, triple integration or whatever are relatively straightforward to program. There are maths libraries each with several routines to do just that. Such tasks are already well formed and their domain knowledge is complete. So these are the actually stories they have given. So this ultimate thing is, whatever the task, without data you cannot perform something. Okay, the data plays a major role in this artificial intelligence, or it may be or the machine learning, or any field. The data is vital. Okay, now the next thing is formal task. The final domain is that formal task. So first one is logic, next is geometrical reasoning, theorem proving, game playing. So AI as a driving force also. So ultimately, so to find some logic you can use the machines. To reasoning, geometrical reasoning, you can use the machine. Theorem, proving some theorem, if there are any theorems, if you train the model to prove the theorem with this different formulae, then definitely this particular model can try to do that. Next, game playing. Some games are artificial intelligence, no, isn't it? They are by default intelligence. So something like system games. So player 1 and player 2. So for one player is you and second player is a system itself. So how it will take the appropriate decision? You would have seen some cricket games where if you are trying to go for bowling, if it is not offline game, if you are trying to bowl, this system will play with respect to bat batting and running, taking the wickets, or hitting the sixes or fours, and all those things. And umpire will take the appropriate decision also if the batsman is out. In the same fashion, if you are going for batting, the bowlers, they go for fielding, they are trying to catch it, they are trying to take the wickets. So how this system will play? Because the developer has already given the code. He has said that he has written the code like that only. So if something has happened, what should be the response from the game, or what that icon has to do. Such kind of things will be already written. Without data or without code, this we cannot imagine this field itself. Okay, so these are the some of the example for formal tasks. AI as a driving force. In addition, one should add that artificial intelligence or AI has consistently probed problems which raise new challenges in the system design, so in terms of both hardware and software. So that is the reason why I said nothing is perfect. Each and every system or each and every developers will be keep on trying to build the best design or best model, but it is not possible. We cannot expect 100% accuracy. I always used to say that we cannot expect a perfect system from 10 imperfect developers, isn't it? Can you expect that? No, not possible. Whatever the efficiency they give, whatever the performance that model may give, whatever the effort they put to build some code and to build some design or model, we cannot assure that 100% accuracy will be maintained by those people. Not possible. So that is the reason why each and every inventions or discoveries will have its own challenges, and people will be keep on trying to fill that particular challenges. But whenever they go for a new step, again a separate or new challenges will be arised. So this is a cyclic process. So it will be keep on doing, it will be keep on rolling, it will be keep on changing, something like this. Okay, so these are the some of the things I just wanted to say for this video. Let me wind up here. In the next video we will see what are the major fields where we can apply this artificial intelligence and all. So we will see some of the branches and all. We will continue. We have so many things to learn. Okay, so let me wind up here. Thanks for watching.